Welcome, folks. You've made it to the final assignment, the reflective letter. Congratulations. I know it's been a lot of work this semester, and a lot of navigating a lot of chaotic and new experiences. So congratulations. In this lecture, I'm going to be talking about the reflective letter. I'll briefly go over how you can lay it out, kind of the structure of this type of writing, and then we'll go over the prompt. This isn't going to be a very long lecture because I really want your this letter to be driven by the content and your ideas. So in many ways, it'll be a little bit more open than some of our other assignments, but let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing I'd like to look at is the prompt. This is, if you go into our Blackboard page, it's the first thing, the reflective letter. As you will see, it is a 1.5 to 2.5 pages. The requirement, single space. I'll talk about why in just a second. With regard to the background, in many ways, this is a self-reflection, meaning you're reflecting on your own experiences and your own learning this semester. So it'll be in first person. You'll be talking about, you'll be using the I, you'll be talking about yourself. And I do want to just quickly say that reflection is so important because often when we're learning, we're so focused on any individual assignment that sometimes I don't think we think about, okay, what did I really learn? What am I really taking away from this class? Really, what do I want to apply in future courses or in future writing endeavors? So such an important task, I think. With regard to the actual prompt, it's rather simple in the sense that I'm asking you to write a reflective letter that considers your growth as a writer, as a reader, as a thinker over this semester, right? So to consider what you've been doing this semester and what you've learned and kind of the takeaways that the takeaways from this course. So in the third and fourth bullet point here, that's what I've just talked about, to consider what you've learned, right? And also to think about your essays and the writing itself and how that illustrates your development as a writer. But I'm also really interested in your attitude toward writing and reading. Has that changed at all? Why? How? What do you want to take with you from this class from that? Your writing process, right? The way you actually engage in writing, has that changed? And finally, again, what you hope to take away from this course and to remember when you're writing in future courses or in future writing endeavors. As always, if you get stuck, guys, I do have these pre-writing questions. By no means do you have to answer all of these. This is just if you get stuck and need to kind of get the writing wheels turning, so to speak. But the real prompt is here. Okay, guys, so let's I actually pulled out a real letter that I recently wrote just so you could get a sense of the structure of a reflective cover letter, or any sort of more kind of formal letter. Again, this is real. Notice I do actually have a letterhead. You do not need that. But you do need a date. You do want a greeting, we call it. If you're wondering, who's this letter to? It's to me. Right? I'm going to be the reader of this, so you can imagine me as your audience. And then you probably see that the structure is a little bit different than your normal MLA essay, It's single space. There's no indents. Instead, there's a space between paragraphs, right? This is a very, very common format for more formal letters. And then notice at the end, there is this signature in closing, right? So you can kind of follow this if you're wondering, how do I actually set up a letter? You don't need to put it in MLA format. You do not. Instead, you can actually put it in a more cover letter format. Okay, guys, as promised, it's a rather short lecture. If you have questions, obviously come to my office hours. But in many ways, you're primed for this final assignment. You're in good shape. And I just want to say in closing, I'm so glad we made it to the end of the semester. I know it was quite a stressful experience for us, given kind of the circumstances surrounding the semester. So congratulations again, guys.